Alright, let's check the audio here. Okay. Sounds good to me. Okay, so last time I played this game, something happened that really pissed me off. And it looks like what happened is still affecting this file. Because I have low health and no potions. So that's great.
Let's see if they're damp enough to help kids.
Luckily I have enough money to replenish the potions, but that means I cannot do the fight right now. I know it's late and I don't expect very many people to be here, but whatever. Yeah, I kind of fell asleep by accident earlier. I didn't mean to, but I woke up and obviously I'm not particularly tired, and I'm not going to be able to play this game tomorrow night because I'll be busy. So I figured I'd go ahead and go online now for at least a little bit. Alright, let's punch this sucker in.
Size of a goblin eye. This goblin. He certainly wasn't wrong about them being attracted to the flowers there.
If you're further along than me, I think you could, Santi. This is going to be a problem, isn't it? I'm going to have to hit my dodges. I think you're more than halfway through the game. I think I am, or at least basically halfway through the game. God, this is like a mini-boss, and I have absolutely no mechanisms by which to heal. This is not good. I'm gonna have to play perfectly.
Nice try.
Yeah, like, we can't do that. What I just did, cannot do that. Ever. AJS. Yeah, I beat Elden Ring a few days ago. Damn it. Okay, I think we're okay. But I'm still pissed off at what this game did to me a couple nights ago. Putting me in this situation. I think the game is great. I really like it. I'm impressed by it. The only thing that I have to say about it is that at the end, a lot of the boss fights feel like they are made for ranged builds to beat, and if you're a melee build, which I was, you're at a huge disadvantage, which is why I did a lot of summoning at the end.
Might as well go. something familiar about this scent.
I do feel like that the game is designed with ranged builds and magic builds particularly in mind, and that if you're a melee build, you're just going to be at a disadvantage. So for a lot of the endgame bosses, I had to summon assistance, and I don't feel bad about it. Okay. So yeah, this game loved me in the butt the other night when I played it, and it really, it was really late at night, so I don't think anybody saw it, but I actually rage quit. I was fighting a boss that was like 3 levels above me, and it was like a decent challenge. You know, the fight probably takes like 4 or 5 minutes, but I wanted to do it because I got really close to it the first time and then I died, so I tried it again. I almost had him, and then he disengaged from battle and walked away even though I was right next to him. And when I went back to fight him again, he had full HP. So if he disengages from the fight, he just gets all his fucking HP back, and it pissed me off, so I rage quit.
What are you after?
Okay, let's restock up here.
Thanks very much.
Am I ever going to be able to carry more than, like, 7 potions?
There you go.
I guess if I could, the game would get too easy. Oh, really, Santi? Okay. It's a problem. Well, I don't think that's quite the right way to put it, JS.
Those of us who are still here.
I think that's the wrong way to put it, JS, because the game allows you to summon help. That's part of the game. So if you ever get stuck on something, you just get help. So it's not like the game traps you. It's not like Wolong or something like that. So I don't think that's the case. But I do think that if you do a melee build, you are at a disadvantage against quite a few bosses right at the end. Wait a minute.
I needed that.
Crap. I think I messed up my order of operations there. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, Otani had a lot of nice things to say about the Mariners. I don't think his willingness to come to the Mariners is necessarily the bottleneck. Especially if we end up having a better season than the Angels without him.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Like, how many wins is a player like Otani worth over the course of a 162-game season? Like, 15? So if we win 85 games this year without him, like, do the math.
Alright, Sid.
Hey, big country. Okay.
Come on.
Feels like it's more than 10, big country. Like, 10 feels like a number for, like, maybe Aaron Judge. And Otani's worth way more than Aaron Judge. Damn it. How did you do that? God damn it. I hate that move. It gives you no warning he's going to do it, and it just absolutely shreds you. I'm getting shredded. Okay, we are off to a really bad start here.
No.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't even going to try using potions. So, like I said, if we win 85 games this year, which I think is totally reasonable, that's basically what we're on pace for, I think. Otani's got to look at that and go, you know, if I go there and I DH, because, you know, when you think about it, our DH position has been terrible this season. It's been maybe our worst position outside of second base. And I replace Marco in the rotation or Wu in the rotation. That's a borderline 100-win team. So I don't think our quality as a team is going to be the thing that makes him decide I don't want to go there at this point, especially because the team that he's on is probably going to end up with a worse record despite having him. I could be wrong, but it feels like the Angels are sunk because of all the injuries. I don't think the Angels get to even 500 by the end of the year.
Why am I doing this? Too slow. Nice try.
Nice.
Nice try. Too slow.
Oh, God.
Too slow.
Nice. I mean, honestly, they should just trade him now, right? Like, there's no way he's going to willingly stay there with how bad they are. Or how bad they're probably going to end up being by the end of the season. Like, this was... Like, they're what? No, they're 500, right? They're 500 right now, right? And they were playing really well at one point, so this is the best they can do, and it's going to get worse. Like... And there's no franchise tagging in baseball, so... That's not going to happen. Yeah, I think they would just convince themselves that he wants to stay when it's pretty obvious that he probably won't want to. Unless he genuinely just doesn't really care that much about... He just wants to play football. Or, excuse me, baseball. Which, you know, some people probably like that. But he's already seems to have made it clear that he wants to win. I mean, it was said last year he wasn't happy with how relatively uncompetitive Anaheim had been. Dude, I dodged that. Fuck off. Fuck all of you.
Nice try. Too slow.
Dude. I dodged that. I so dodged that. Arian, I am going to beat my meat in your face. No, dude. Fuck that move, dude. You weren't even done with your previous move. Are you shitting? Are the Dodgers... I mean... I understand that they're willing to pay a lot of luxury tax. Aren't they pretty much capped out to the point where taking on Ohtani would give them, like, such a ridiculously high payroll even they would probably blink? The Yankees would be more likely because the Yankees are actually not that great. Like the Yankees could actually really use a player like him more so than I would expect the Dodgers to, right? And the Yankees aren't completely capped out, I don't think. They could maybe afford it. Are you kidding me, dude? If the Rangers get Ohtani, like, God, at a certain point, it just really becomes hard to justify continuing to root for a team that just lets these things happen. Like, the Rangers basically jumped the Mariners in line this offseason. We were supposed to be the AL West team on the come-up, and they jumped our place because they were willing to spend money. Like, don't get me wrong, you can make the argument that this was not the right offseason to be big spenders. But this team basically made a trade just to save $4 million on Flexen. So don't tell me that they're not completely obsessed with saving money above anything else. They gave away an asset just to save some money. And it was $4 million. And it wasn't a great asset, don't get me wrong, but I'm not saying I misgot that much. There we go. I mean, we're really good at developing pitchers, big country. So, I'm not that upset at our player development.
It came, and to ruin it returns.
Alright. Finally. This guy gave me way more trouble than he needed to. Yeah, hitters are a problem. Seems like it's getting a little better, though. Julio, Cal, Kelnick. They're at least MLB caliber players, and Julio's obviously capable of way more.
Let's hope the Draper has Hortense's cloth.
Might I interest you in some swansdown? Perhaps some seersucker or herringbone?
Just some linen. 2 bolts, already paid for in full.
Apologies, my lord, but your items aren't here. They were due to arrive on a caravan from Bocklad, but there's been little traffic on the road these past few days. My mother thinks it might be bandits, but she always thinks it's bandits.
It usually is. So I assume the caravan will be coming from the south.
Yes, hopefully carrying all manner of spice and sundries. Wait, you aren't thinking of...
Going to find it. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh, well then, be safe?
Well, the Rangers sucked last year, so it makes sense they would still draft high. Okay. It's just annoying because there are so many super rich people in the Seattle area, and we're stuck with an owner that isn't. Like, John Stanton is barely a billionaire. Like, Ohtani's probably going to cost $600 million. That's double. That's more than half of his net worth. And I know that's not the right way to look at it, but I'm sure there's some part of him that looks like that. Well, Jody is rich. Jody is wealthier than pretty much every other NBA owner. She just doesn't... She's just... You know, that's a little bit of a different thing, I think. Like, Jody is still like the third wealthiest NFL owner. She just doesn't seem to be interested in making long-term decisions. So...
Who's gonna buy my wares now? State your animals left them in.
But they're hardly damaged at all. Is there something wrong?
If you're a bandit come to steal my stuff, you're gonna be sorely disappointed. And all thanks to this fool.
But it was you who stepped into my path.
Only after that feather-brain trampled me. I demand recompense, be it in coin or the items you carry. Refuse, and I shall
What kind of
report you to the garrison and
authoritarian...
see you hanged.
What kind of authoritarian society is this?
Expected in Northreach. I mean, they're not mine to give away. You wouldn't happen to be on your way from Bocklad, would you? I am, but did someone from the market send you? Please, you have to help me. I can pay whatever you ask.
So the fool has protection. And coin, too. Sorry, friend, but we'll be the ones taking it. Oi! Killer! It's time to collect!
I told you not to call me that. And we'd have already collected if you hadn't insisted we'd put on this
Jeez,
little act.
what kind of... We're living in a society.
As I told one of your customers, it usually is. Let's get this over with.
I don't...
I'll deal with the bird lover. You take the handsome one, killer.
Stop calling me that.
Just trying, motherfucker. Oh, and Santi, since you said this earlier, me and Snacks are actually planning on doing Diablo 4 sometime at the end of the month. So it's on the list for sure. It just wasn't a good time for him. Dude, I spent like $70. It actually was like $60 on Back for Blood, so I'm not that worried about that.
All right. You made your point. Killer my ass.
Did he hurt you?
JS, it's way worse for the Blazers.
No, thankfully. He seemed intent on letting the bandit do his dirty work for him, and he would have succeeded had the great lender not sent you.
It's way worse for the Blazers.
and my livelihood with it.
The guys who run the Blazers are dumbasses.
We can speak of that once you're safe in Northreach.
At least we have some degree of competency with John and Pete. Like, look at the way the Blazers played the Dame thing. They've gotten it basically to the point now where the Blazers are going to end up basically giving Dame up for probably not that much, because they let it get to this point. Whereas the Seahawks were able to get rid of Russ when he still had a ton of value and get a ton for him. Like, the Blazers are probably going to end up with a pretty bad haul for Dame because there's only one team that he's willing to play for, and he's making that public knowledge. So how are the Heat going to... And the Heat don't have amazing assets.
I've also added a few extra lengths of our finest fabrics to the bundle. Free of charge.
Are you sure?
And it seems like the reason why...
Who saved our shipment.
How's that done then? Now it's back to
It seems like it was because the Blazers front office lied to Dame. Basically. Or at the very least, they said one thing and did another thing. So there's definitely some real mistakes being made here that have led to this. Hey Marsh, how you doing? Alright, where is it? Are they both here? Okay. It looks like it.
Clive, sorry again for sending you all that way. But you did get my order, didn't you?
Don't worry. I have it. I believe this will more
Wasn't
than
Bing Bong the
satisfy
name of the
your
guy
needs.
in Inside Out? The elephant? Yeah, it was.
Let's see here. One bolt of red, one bolt of blue. What's this? I don't recall ordering any silk or velvet or... Is this gold work? Krieger's ghost. If that devil of a draper expects me to pay for these...
You needn't worry on that score, Hortense. They were a gift. For services rendered. I can always return them if you like.
Oh, no. Oh, there's no need to be hasty now, Clive. I'm sure I can put all three to good use. Speaking of which one's most to your liking?
I don't know.
Ooh, definitely not linen, the linen, silk or velvet. I'm gonna go with velvet.
This one, I suppose.
I've a mind to give a piece to Jill. Did you know she's quite the little seamstress?
I know needlecraft was amongst her lessons at the castle.
Her lessons? Oh, that's right. The two of you were raised together in Rosalith, weren't you?
Not quite together, but... When my father put down the uprising in the Northern Territories, Jill was taken as a ward to ensure that her father, the Silvermane, would keep the peace.
She's an honest-to-goodness princess then, isn't she? I could tell, you know. Some people just have that air about them. Not many round here, mind. I'd offered to sew her something that might better suit her station. But she'd most likely...
Like, I can pretty much guarantee the Jazz are gonna get way more for Gobert than what the Blazers will get for
Don't take it
Dame.
the wrong way.
Especially when you factor in the team that they're going to be trading with.
Oh. Sometimes I think she never takes
That
it off.
is... You know, Gobert's a great player and everything, but that probably shouldn't be happening.
I'm sure she won't turn it down.
We'll see, I suppose.
Oh, I know, Santi. They did the right thing. I'm sure they did, but according to the things that I'm reading and hearing, there was an implication that they were going to trade it made to Dame unless it was Victor, and then they didn't. And then it makes the way he's acting a little more understandable. I mean, what he's done very obviously is putting the Blazers in a
One day,
bad situation. And it's kind of weird, but I think when you put everything together, I can see where this came from. Honestly, though, I do think Scoot may end up having a better career than Dame. And I know that's a bold thing because Dame is probably a top 100 player and is going to the Hall of Fame. But Scoot's going to be much better on defense. And he could be close as a scorer.
Yes,
I don't think that's hard to imagine.
These are almost identical to the plates in my tome. Did you have any trouble locating them?
Finding them was the easy part, but it's odd. They remind me of my childhood somehow. I don't remember these flowers specifically, but we must have grown them in the castle garden. If the petals are meant to improve the effectiveness of medicines, it's possible that the court physicers grew them for the tinctures and treatments they made my brother.
If the ducal healers were convinced of their properties, that is all the more reason to begin growing our own supply here. Oh, allow me to use some of the flowers you brought me to make something that might aid you on your travels. I need only a moment to extract the essence from the petals. And here we are. A phial of pure Morganbeard extract. A single drop added to any one of your restoratives will increase its potency. At least I hope it will.
Like, Dame wasn't just bad at defense. He was, like, really bad at defense. Like, Curry's a significantly better defender than Dame, and Curry's not a great defender either. But Curry actually worked really hard and got better at it, and I don't think Dame did. Okay. Magic, Curry, Oscar, Isaiah. Although I do have some friends who think Isaiah is really, really overrated. I don't think very many people would argue against Stockton, Peyton, Kidd, Tony Parker. Chris Paul. Nash. No. All 10 of those guys, I think, are very clearly better than Dame. Like, of the guys I just listed, who's the worst?
Let us know if you find any rotten plank.
Probably Gary Payton. And Payton, I think, is pretty clearly better than Dame. Like, for as much as it wasn't a notorious part of his game, Gary Payton actually led the league in three-pointers at least once in his career. Not that he was great at it, I'm not arguing that he is, but he was a good shooter too, and he played all-world defense. So, I don't think so. Is he even top 15? Because then you start talking about guys like Westbrook. You start talking about guys like Bob Cousy, who is really hard to evaluate. You start talking about guys like... Yeah, I said Oscar. Chauncey Billups. I think Dame is better than Chauncey Billups, but I'm not completely
I've
convinced.
done what I can, but the rest is up to you. You need to start taking better care of yourself.
Understood. And thank you.
The curse has spread. Make sure she rests.
If it hurts, you can tell me, you know. I'll understand.
I can bear it.
But you shouldn't have to. Not anymore.
This isn't just your struggle, Clive. It's ours. And when we see how hard you fight, it inspires us to do the same. Or would you rather we left you to save the world all on your own?
No.
He's better than, like, Kyle Lowry, right?
Ignore me.
Clive, where are
Cock
you?
blocked.
In here.
What about somebody like Tiny Archibald or Kevin Johnson
What's wrong?
or Tim Hardaway or Maurice Cheeks,
Was Ares
Lenny
under
Wilkins,
attack?
Mark Jackson? I don't think those guys are better than Dame.
This isn't the Dalmekian army we're talking about. It's the men of the Rock from Drake's Fang. Hugo Kupka's private guard. They're raising hell in Rosalith, trying to batter down the castle gates.
Looking for me.
Seems that way. Reckon old Hugo has finally worked out who Sid really is.
Then this is just another trap.
Ah, it's a trap, all right. The daddy of all fucking traps.
I'm going to Rosalith.
You're not serious. That's exactly what he wants you to do, Clive.
Look, I don't know why Kupka harbors such a grudge against Sid. But as long
Yeah,
as
Jerry
it's
West
left
is a
to
shooting
fester,
guard.
Our world will never know peace. He has dragged the rest of Storm into this pointless war just to find me. Besides which, I am not about to stand and watch while my home gets ground into the dirt. Hugo Kupka must die.
I've lost enough friends to that man already. I don't want to lose any more. So let's go and kill the bastard.
I'm coming too. After all, we're
So
in
he's
this
probably
together.
top 15, but he's not top 10.
need to know what we're getting ourselves into.
I don't think so, Santi. I think Tony Parker's like the only player in NBA history with 20,000 points and 10,000 assists outside of, what's his face?
Lady Hortense said she'd give us our dresses soon.
I think it's just, I think it might just be like Gary Payton and Tony Parker. And he's got 4 rings. Like, I actually think Parker's probably better. Oh, okay, no, it's 20. Oh, actually, he fell just short. He has 19,500 points. If he had played one more season, he would have gotten to 20,000 points to go with 7,000 assists. Man, I can't believe he fell that short. I'm surprised. I thought he was going to get there for sure. But he's a 6-time All-Star. He's got 4 rings. I think that's got to be better than Dame. Yeah, that was a rank B. Oh my goodness. I can't believe we did it. Based. Oh yeah, let's see if I can get something here.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are.
Okay.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Clive!
If Dame goes to the Heat and wins the ring, I do think that changes things a little bit. And I will be right back, guys. I got to take a short break. I'll be back in a few minutes, and we will continue on. Okay, I am back. Okay, here's one. I personally don't think so. I think this guy is the most overrated player in NBA history. What about Rajon Rondo? Like, I think Dame's better because I think Rondo's kind of trash, but is that an interesting one? Maybe.
Pupil. How may I help you today? One must understand one's place in the world. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Gov gave you the news.
Like, I really don't like Rondo at all, but
not before
is
I
it
know
worth
exactly what's
considering?
going on. What have we heard?
All sorts. Nobody was expecting the Dalmex to open up a new front against the Empire, least of all our friends in the provinces. Reports have been rolling in from all over the place, with no two saying the same thing. I've been passing them on to Vivian, in the hope she can make sense of them. If you're set on going, you'll want to talk to her.
Understood.
Okay.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite pupil. Let's see now, where did we leave? Well, this is a surprise. My lectures are rarely so well attended.
You know what they say? A little knowledge, can't hurt?
We're going to Rosalith to deal with Kupka. What's the situation there?
Whoa there, Lord Rossfield. I'm sure you're champing at the bit to return to your roost. But to fully
Oh, in
understand
his
the present
prime,
situation,
Rose
you must
was
first understand how it
really
came to
good.
be.
Good, yeah. I mean, he probably shouldn't have won MVP, but I think Prime Rose was probably better than Prime Dame, but it doesn't matter. His prime lasted like a season and a half.
Kupka, or the permanent economic advisor to the Dalmekian government, to give him his formal title. In a republic founded on commerce, there could hardly be a more influential position. It has granted him both extraordinary wealth and extraordinary power. Not that he ever wanted for the latter. Being Titan's dominant, he is also Dalmekia's last line of defense, a fact he has used to his considerable advantage. Why, he was even able to pry Drake's Fang, one of the pillars of the Republic, from Parliament's grip. And he was quick to buy the loyalty of the Fang's protectors. Today they are his faithful creatures, a private army in all but name. The self-same army that marches upon Rosarian soil as we speak.
I think Ragai said he was at that
By
game.
which I mean Imperial soil, not that you need reminding of the fact. Suffice it to say, the Empire's attentions are elsewhere at present, deadlocked as it is with Dalmekia over its occupation of the Crystalline Dominion, where its legions are now gathered. Scarcely a handful of garrisons remain to secure its western provinces, and half of them left after the fall of Drake's Breath. With the threat of the Ironblood thus diminished, they had little cause to fear a maritime invasion. And so today, only a token force guards the former duchy's shores, as Kupka was quick to descry. He landed his troops on the Rosarian coast without encountering so much as a single ship. All for you, Clive. He wants your head. And so he and his men advance upon Rosalith, not to capture the province, but to draw you out.
You said Kupka's forces sailed up the coast. What of Port Isolde, then? Is the city safe?
Quite, according to the Guardians of the Flame. The Dalmekian fleet floated by without incident. But not without remark. When they learned Kupka's forces were making for Rosalith, our friends were quick to begin arranging the exodus of her citizens.
And so the stage will soon be set for your heroic homecoming. Alas, it will be a more trying task to enter the capital than it was to leave it. Hugo's men hold Buett Bridge, despite the Imperials' repeated attempts to wrest it back from their grasp. And they were careful not to repeat the Empire's mistake in neglecting their coastal defenses. The seas around Rosalith are firmly under Dalmekian control.
Yeah, Roy could have been better than Dame if he had played a full career,
What
but
do you believe to be the best route to Rosalith?
body of work makes it pretty clear that that cannot possibly be the case.
We cross the northern border near Phoenix Gate, then take the road through Stillwind down to the capital. Hardly the quickest route, but at least we won't be spotted.
A little local knowledge goes a long way, and so must you.
We'd best get a move on then.
Oh, will you be going too?
Aye. I've been waiting a long time to give that fucker a taste of his own medicine. I would have missed this for the world.
All right. We should be on our way.
Lead on.
All right, let's go.
Fortify the castle gates at once.
Hugo and his men have been busy. They've already breached the castle's outer wall. The Imperials are holding the ground for now, but it's only a matter of time before the keep falls. Those fuckers really went to town on this place. Almost like they want to wipe it off the map.
Just a means to an end.
All this for one man? They didn't have to go so far.
If you keep your wits about you, I reckon you can make it up to the castle without raising the alarm. I'll sniff out any townsfolk who haven't escaped yet and send them on their way.
Be careful.
Likewise. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Game finished 4th in MVP one time, I think. But yeah, Walton's a really tough one, man. Walton's hard, but I think that's probably the right way to look at things. Walton was the best player in the league for basically 2 seasons. But it's one of those things where you have to really value peak over longevity. Like, Snacks would never say that Walton was better than Dame because Snacks really likes longevity.
I know. It's like a nightmare. This was our home. Come on, Clive. We have to keep going.
All right.
This isn't an invasion. It's a massacre.
He'll stop at nothing, Clive.
Yeah, Drexler's definitely better than Dame. I don't think there's any argument you could make for in Dame's favor. over Drexler.
Why do this?
You know why.
Clive, we can get through here.
Murderous! And there's only one fitting punishment.
Like, is Dame a top 100 player in NBA history? He's probably right on the line. Drexler's definitely top 100.
I yield! I yield! Look what we have here.
Gentlemen,
You won't escape! Cut them down! With me, men! For the Emperor! Out of our way!
Like, is he higher on the all-time list than Jimmy Butler? Because I think Jimmy Butler's the kind of guy who's, like, right at the very bottom of the top 100. Guys like Tom Chambers are probably right around the top 100. Guys like JoJo White are probably right outside the top 100. I don't know. Like, the only all-time great player that never played in the finals that I can think of off the top of my head would be Steve Nash, right? So it's kind of hard to say these guys are all-time when he's never even played in the finals. Hell, he's never even won a conference finals game, right? So I don't know. That's got to be a problem. Yeah, but, I mean, every college team has to replace some players every season, and we're actually replacing very few, so if we can't find a way to pull off that, that's not a good excuse. Like, we are keeping way more stuff than most people expected, I think, so you gotta take advantage of this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like, you got a guy like Butler, who I think is pretty much barely in the top 100, has a better resume than Dame. I mean, Dame is 6th all-time on the three-pointer list. That's kind of hard to get away from. Like, would you take Dame over somebody like Klay Thompson, who has 4 rings but is pretty much always like the 3rd best player on his own team? And missed effectively 3 seasons? I think when you start making a list of guys, you kind of get surprised at how many people are have better resumes than Dame. Yeah, I'm right about that, by the way, right? Dame has never won a game in the conference finals, right? Because he made it once and got swept. He's probably the best player ever to never win a game in the conference finals. Outside maybe like Pete Maravich. There might be one other player I'm not thinking of that had like very little playoff success.
We take him alive.
Nice try.
Let me check something here real quick. So Pete Maravich played in the conference finals once, and it was when he was 32 years old on the Celtics and was playing less than 12 minutes a game. So technically, I guess Dame is probably the best player in NBA history to never win a game in the conference finals, because the Celtics won one game. But that's tough to count because he basically wasn't playing. Yeah, David, but did he ever win a game in the conference finals? I think he did. Wait. Did he never make it to the conference finals? I think he might be... Actually, okay, that's gotta be the best one, and then Dame's probably second. Oh, well, okay, no. First place is probably Wilkins. Second place, if you count him, would probably be Pete Maravich. Technically, he played in one, and I mean, he won one game in the conference finals, but he was 32 and wasn't really playing. And then you had probably Dame. Scarecrow Bar, is Leslie Van Houten like Milhouse's sister or something? Really? Alex English. That's a good one. Did David Thompson or George Gervin ever make it that far? Maybe there were like some of those guys who played their whole career on the Nuggets in like the 70s and 80s. Maybe they never did it?
Set her loose.
Dan Issel won some conference finals games. Okay. There were a couple Nuggets teams that made the conference finals that he was on.
Attack! Ready?
What do you think?
Oh shit, one of these. Quarter. I can't pronounce the name, but you guys.
Building up to something.
We need to stop him. Whatever it takes.
God. There we go.
Then let's make this count.
Yeah, Scarecrow Bar, they still exist, just not here, unfortunately. Aldridge never won a conference finals game. That's a good one. I think Dame's better than Aldridge, though. Did Joe Johnson ever make the conference finals? He didn't, did he? I guess it happens more than I gave it credit for. Although, that's an interesting debate. Joe Johnson versus Dame. Feels like Dame's better, but maybe not. Like, Joe Johnson was good on defense. There we go. Joe Johnson made the All-Star game 7 times. Oh, he did play in the conference finals in Phoenix. He played in the conference finals in 2005. But he only played in 3 of the 5 games, so he may have not been on the court for a win. That's possible, I'm not sure. But he did. Wow. So, according to this, Joe Johnson never made top 11 in the MVP voting, and he never made All-NBA first or All-NBA second. That's crazy. To be really good for that long and not have that one, like, elite season. What the Like, Dame has made All-NBA first team once. He's made second team 4 times. And he's finished in the top 10 of the MVP voting 5 times. So I guess Dame has to be better than Joe Johnson. Man. Joe Johnson's resume is actually pretty fucking weak. When you look at it like that. Like, not finishing top 10 in MVP voting once.
Jill! We meet at last, Sid.
Woman, you have magic powers. Use them, you fucking idiot.
I've been looking for you for a very long time.
Let her go, Kuka.
I'm so glad you accepted my invitation. I went to some trouble with the decorations. Do you like what I've done with the place?
Bastard.
Such a pity your predecessor couldn't join us. But I am sure you will prove compelling company. Be still, little snowflake. I would not have you melt before your starring moment.
Yeah, Scarecrow Bar, that's a fantastic game. I played it not too long after it came out.
Now, on to the festivities.
I mean, how does he not, Santi? As long as he plays, he gets 20 points a game by default almost.
That's just great, that is. I suppose it's up to me then.
Headsman!
Where do you want me?
You! Bring the prisoner!
Yes, no more than she deserves for getting into bed with an outlaw.
We should get into mine.
1 second, guys.
Lord Kupka commands your presence.
You're to bear witness to the girl's execution.
Such a waste.
Oh. Did he just stand there and tank that?
Gav! Shh.
Crystal fetters are a bastard to open, just so you know. Don't worry, I'll have them off before you can blink.
Where's Jill?
In the courtyard.
Shit.
Apparently it's impossible, Big Country, because they've lost the code. They don't have the code for the original Red Dead 1 anymore.
Sounded the retreat and cleared out of the castle, but the place is still swarming with Kupka's men.
Leave them to me.
I'll make my way up top and circle round the back. Quick as you like, eh? Nearly forgot.
Is that the sword that I was actually using?
Hold on, Jill. I'm coming.
Hopefully.
I have to get to the
I thought the Mavericks won one game against the Warriors. I thought, yeah, the Mavericks won one game against the Warriors, didn't they? Really? Okay. Embiid hasn't made it to the conference finals yet. That's a pretty good one. Embiid's up there. It's just so hard for a player these days to never play in the conference finals, though, because teams ring hunt and swap teams so quickly.
Don't you let her die.
Like, unless you're super loyal to a team, you're probably not going to have problems like that, right?
I hope you've got a plan, Clive, because we are fucked if you don't.
Really? They're not going to turn her execution into a show? They're just going to do it in front of a bunch of plants? Oh my god, look at the size of that thing. Is that Thanos? I just realized this guy looks like a human version of Thanos.
Jill, can you stand?
Why were those so easy to take off? If they were that easy to take off, she should have been able to take them off herself.
Tell me you tire of my entertainment. Enough! Yes. Perhaps it is time we served the main repast. I trust you are hungry!
Need this?
Much obliged.
Stay close. We're getting out of here. And Toggle, thank you.
Take
Yeah, so Embiid's probably the guy who you kind of put in this conversation, right? Because he has gotten to Game 7 in the semifinals twice, but has never actually played in the finals, or the conference finals, so that might be the most extreme example we're talking about here. Like, I can't think of any all-time great NBA players who never won a playoff series. Unless you want to count Pistol Pete, who technically won one after he was washed up. But I don't think you could name an all-time great NBA player who never even won a playoff series. That would be kind of incredible. Even Tracy McGrady was part of a team that made the finals. Why is my dodge not working all of a sudden? Like, I guess T-Mac is the one example that you could argue that's the closest we've ever gotten to an all-time great player never winning a playoff series. Yao Ming won one.
Fuck me. Where did this lot come from?
Can you still fight?
I can try.
you? Excellent. Then Lord Kupka's reward shall be ours.
I thought bad news always came in threes.
Let him come.
Oh, I didn't know I could fight. I didn't know I could dive bomb that.
Nice try.
The more you think about it, the more crazy it is that McGrady couldn't even win one playoff series. Yeah, I remember that. An absolute classic.
It's over.
For now. But I bet that wasn't the last of them. And they won't stop hunting us until Kupka's dead. So you get in there and finish the job, eh?
Go on. If they come again, we'll hold them back.
All right. But be careful.
Don't worry about us. Go.
Kupka took our home, Clive. Don't let him take you.
Alright, what do we got?
I promise you, Sid. You'll die by my hand.
You're late. Trouble on the way.
Just enjoying your entertainment.
How gratifying. Have you come to defend your father's throne, Lord Rosfield? The Grand Duchy of Rosaria. A realm without a ruler, an army, even a people. A veritable kingdom of dust. Truly, I see no throne to defend. No!
Enough of your games, Cooker. Just tell me what you want.
Sid's head in a box. Imagine my disappointment when I learned that he met his end at the hand of another. And my relief to learn that you had taken up his thrice damned name. Your master slew Benedicta Harmon and defiled her body.
Defiled her body? I don't remember doing that.
If you choose to bear that murderer's name, then you shall answer for his crimes.
That does not sound like the Sid that I recall.
The only crimes I shall answer for are my own. Sid did everything in his power to save that woman, though she was long past saving. And so I did what he couldn't. It was me all along, Hugo.
It was you. You killed her.
I did.
Then I am fortunate indeed. I had thought the most I could wish for was to take the life of one he loved, just as he did to me. But it seems I was wrong. And I shall have my revenge. We shared a dream. I would be the king of the world. She would be my queen. And together, we would rule like the gods we are. But you crushed that dream, ground it into dust. Hear me, Rosefield! You will pay for what you've done. I'll tear you apart with my bare hands!
And what of you? How many people have you killed? How
Yeah.
many dreams have you crushed?
I thought everybody who made the All-Star roster got in the game. I thought that was the point.
You'll get no pity from me, Kuka. No pity. And no mercy. Now die!
Wait, I don't have my dog. Or my teammate. damn it. That attack is a fucking killer. God damn it. Fuck that attack. Eat more eggs, I would assume that it's just because he's not a very good tackler. But I really don't care that much about that kind of stuff. You know what I realized today, though? And this isn't exactly, you know, breaking news. The MLB All-Star Game sucks. The scoring's low, it seems like, most of the time, because the pitchers are too good. It's like, I know the NBA All-Star Game's kind of stupid now, but at least it's fun, because nobody plays defense and it's always really high scoring. It's like, what's fun about the MLB All-Star Game? They're not playing for anything. And it's not like they're going out there just screwing around and scoring like 15 runs a game. It's actually kind of sucky when you think about it. Oh my god, this guy has a ton of HP. Jesus Christ, dog. I don't think I'm going to be able to outlast this guy. I'm going to have to stagger him probably like 5 times. Unless I can do a lot of damage this way. By the way, welcome to the stream, Eat More Eggs. Haven't seen you around here before. This is a phased boss fight. That would be nice. That would mean I would be guaranteed to go back here even if I died.
The world has chosen. I am in my element. There's no escape. Earth will always be my
Oh god. God damn it. Wait, that didn't damage me. Be right back, guys. See you guys in a second. Yeah, I mean, he is pretty bad at tackling and run support. PFF has him rated really bad there, too. So that's not unpopular. All right, let's try to get through this. Where is he? Where'd he go? Oh, God. God damn it. Oh, yeah, this shit. That is a completely different motion. That did not work. Oh, fuck that. One hit KO? Fuck you. These motherfuckers. Okay, cool. I get my potions back. God damn it, dude. How do I break that fucking combo?
Just like your forefathers. Your journey ends.
Phew. Okay, I think I did it. I mean, yeah, it's not like saying that is tantamount to being an Angels fan. That's kind of like when Celtics fans were chanting LeBron's gonna leave when LeBron was shooting free throws in that playoff series right before he went to Miami. You could turn it into something like that. Like, if the Mariners had Ohtani this season, I think that they would be a 100-win team or very close. Like, I was thinking about it. Like, we're probably going to win about 85 games this year if you take a look at it. So, if you add Ohtani, I think that gets you very close to 100. So, I don't think the team is the reason why he wouldn't come here. It would just be about the money. But given the fact that our designated hitter position has been so bad this year, plus the fact that he would replace Marco and Wu in the rotation, I think this is a 100-win team with Ohtani. Well, yeah. The thing is, the Angels have to trade him in the next 3 weeks. The deadline's August 1st. So if they don't trade him, they're just losing him, right? If I'm understanding correctly. Like, the Angels can't trade him at all. Unless they do it basically now. Well, the thing is, I don't think they're going to trade him. I think they're just going to keep him. Like, I don't get the sense that they understand what the right thing to do is here. Like, the right thing to do would have been to trade him last year, and they didn't do it. So I kind of feel like they're not going to trade him. Fuck that move. Oh, come on. I mean, they definitely should trade him, but I don't think they will. I feel like they're just very short-sighted and delusional. And they feel like they can keep him, or I don't know, maybe they feel like they're going to start winning again. Like, to me, it was very delusional for them to not trade him earlier in the offseason. Oh, nice. Although I hit him with that about 1,000 times during that fight and it didn't do anything, so I don't know why. I wonder what a trade would look like for Ohtani at this point. Like, what would that trade even be? Oh, don't tell me this is a two-stage fight. I'm out of potions. Son of a bitch. Dude, what do you think you're doing?
I'll fucking kill you.
There. You mustn't get yourself worked up.
Who the fuck are you?
Wait.
Another time.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not talking about a Mariners trade for Otani, because that's impossible. They wouldn't trade him within the division. But if they traded him to the Yankees or Dodgers, what would that trade look like? Would that be like the Yankees just lost Judge, and obviously Judge is untouchable anyway. So, like, what would that look like? Let's think about it.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
The Yankees even do a real trade? Their team is not that good. Outside of Judge and Garrett Cole, and
That's the biggest surprise we've had today.
I don't think that
You let her
works.
do that toggle. Not telling, eh? Suit yourself.
Gav, we have to find Clive.
Right, sorry.
What are you guys, fucking stupid? Jesus.
You missed one.
Like, the Dodgers could probably put something together for him.
So was I. I was so close. If it hadn't been for my gift, I would have finished him.
I'm just glad you got out of there alive.
When did the Royalists arrive?
Right after you went inside. Just when we thought we were shot of Titans, lot. In pile Odins. Not enough of them to worry us, though.
No. You didn't see the one who took Kukra away.
So, what? You think they came here to save him? Well, I'll be fucked if I know what's going on, but every minute we spend racking our brains, that bastard's getting further away. So what do we do?
We go back to the hideaway.
Some people think he wants to stay on the West Coast, so it's basically the Dodgers.
As are you, by the
That's
looks
the
of it.
only big market team
And after what Jill's been through.
that he could go to.
Later, shall we?
Aye. Alright. That'll give us a chance to solve the riddle of your magic mud, too. Hey, how you feeling? Ready to go home?
All right. Well, we technically didn't really accomplish what we set out to accomplish there, so that was kind of all for nothing. But so it is. All right. So it's almost 2:30. I'm going to go ahead and call it there. So there will be a video in the morning. I'll just let this cutscene or whatever it is play out, and then I'll save and be getting out of here.
You're more of a wreck than this place. Is this what you call taking better care of yourself? No more excuses, your ladyship. I order you to rest.
Fine. I'll rest.
right, Gav. She's in good hands.
But we should have never let her fall into Hugo's. Back when he had some like. The question is, where is he now?
And what the hell were those royalists doing there?
I was wondering about that all the way home.
Otto may have heard something. I'll talk to him.
And I'll talk to Tomes.
The lawsman? About what?
About your faithful hound for a start. If any four-legged friend's ever done that before, I'm betting Tomes will have read about it. But what I want to know is, what happens afterwards? It's all well and good Torgal saving our arses, but if it costs him what it cost Jill...
Right. Let me know if you learn anything.
Will do. And you do the same, eh?
Jill.
I mean, if the Mariners actually go out and at the very least make a serious offer for Otani on free agency this offseason, then even if they don't get him, if they make a real legitimate offer, like you can never say anything really about Stanton again. Like, he understands that, like, okay, guys like Xander Bogaerts are not really worth the aren't worth the, massive, ridiculous contracts, but he understands that a guy like Otani is. Okay. How many skill points do I have? A lot. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Isn't Bolts from the Blue the name of the SB Nation blog for the San Diego or LA Chargers? All right. See you guys later.